There's something deeply strange about Timothée Chalamet, something Hollywood cannot explain. He is not the loudest, the strongest, or the most traditional, but somehow he has become the most powerful name in a generation. What secret is the hiding behind those eyes? And why do directors, designers, and millions of fans seem almost hypnotized by him? What if his rise was not luck, but something far more calculated? Timothée Chalamet, just the name makes people pause. He is not just a rising actor, he is a cultural phenomenon. But what makes him so magnetic? How did this young man with delicate features and an otherworldly charm become Hollywood's most talked about star? It did not happen overnight, and it was not just about talent. At first glance, Timothy does not fit the traditional Hollywood mold. He is not the buff action hero, nor the smooth talking heartthrob, but maybe that's exactly why he stands out. When he steps into a room, it's not loud, it's not forceful, it's something else. An energy you cannot explain, something that pulls you in. Quiet confidence, intensity in his eyes, and then there's his mind. His obsession with details, his choice of roles, his unpredictability. His first big breakout was in Call Maybe Your Name, a quiet film, a coming of age story that somehow turned into a global obsession. The way Timothy portrayed Ilyu was not just acting, it felt like watching someone live in real time. The emotions were not scripted, they were raw, honest, vulnerable, and that vulnerability became his secret weapon. While other actors shield themselves, he opens up, he lets the camera in, and audiences cannot look away. But it did not stop there. He moved from indie darling to box office lead in Dune. Think about that for a second. From quiet emotional roles to massive sci-fi epics. Yet he made it look effortless, and the pressure. Imagine stepping into a role that fans had debated about for years. One misstep, and the internet would have erupted. But he did not flinch. He dove in. He did not play Paul Arides as a savior or a hero. He played him like a kid with a destiny he don't ask for. The nonsense, that's what made it work. That's what made it his. But Timothy's rise is not just about roles, it's about rebellion. In a world that tells male actors to be stoic, he embraces sensitivity. In an industry obsessed with image, he shows up on red carpets in harnesses, silk sequins, not for shock, but because he can, because he refuses to be boxed in. And suddenly, young men everywhere started rethinking how masculinity could look. That's influence, that's power. And let's not forget about mysterious he keeps his personal life. No over exposure, no daily headlines. He disappears between projects. No clickbait, no constant selfies, just work, art, craft, and yet every time his name trends, the internet loses it. Because people don't just want to see him, they want to know more. There's always something they cannot quite grasp. And that mystery, it keeps the curiosity alive. Then came Wonka, the idea of Timothée Chalamet stepping into the shoes of an iconic, eccentric character felt like a risk. Could he balance the charm and the chaos? Would audiences accept him in a role so far from reality? He did not just play Willy Wonka, he reinvented him, gave him softness, gave him soul, gave him a kind of magical melancholy that stayed with you long after the credits. And once again, it worked because Timothy does not just act, he transforms. But here's where it gets even more fascinating. Despite all the fame, all the awards, all the hype, he is still searching. You cannot see it. He chooses projects that challenge him, directors who push him, co stars who elevate him. He's never coasting, never comfortable. That hunger. That's what separates legends from celebrities. People have theories. Some say it's the hair, some say it's the cheekbones, some say it's just timing, but none of the fully explains it. There's something beneath the surface, something intangible, a presence that does not just belong to the moment, but reshapes it. He once said he never wanted to be famous, just good. And maybe that's why he became both, because when you chase the craft, the fame follows, but when you chase fame, you lose the craft. Timothy understands that balance. He is not acting to be seen, he is acting to feel, and in doing that, he makes us feel too. The most interesting part, he is just getting started. What happens when someone like that, someone so aware, so deliberate, continues to evolve? What roles will he take next? What risk will he embrace? And how far can his influence really go? Timothy Chalamet did not ask to be the voice of a generation, he became it. And as we watch his career unfold, one thing is clear: this is not about fame, this is about legacy.